Good morning, folks. Back at you again with another warship overview. Today we're going to very briefly talk about the Oliver Hazard Perry class frigate. I'm going to do my best to keep it real nice and short. It's very difficult because there's a lot to talk about. The Oliver Hazard Perry class frigate was the successor to the Knox class frigate in U.S. service. They were built from 1975 and I believe last built in 2004. They served in 10 navies and there's over 70 built. I believe 71 were built. 51 of those were for the U.S. Navy and the rest were for foreign customers, and they are still in service today, just not with the U.S. Navy. Anyhow, it's really outside the realm of frigate for most navies except the U.S. Navy because our destroyers are so insanely large. 4,100 tons. It's almost as big as the Kinda-class frigate we talked about recently. Very close in total displacement. They were powered by a pair of LM 2500 gas turbine engines, which was first for the U.S. Navy, I believe. Gas turbine instead of steam. They also were equipped with the notoriously difficult to deal with Mark 92 fire control system. And that also features prominently in my book as well, the issues with that. As far as weaponry goes, they were equipped with the Mark 13 single-arm launcher, which was also known as the one-arm bandit. Fired the SM-1 standard SAM surface aircraft missile. Then also carried Harpoon anti-ship missiles. The magazine was for 40 missiles. It could carry 39. The extra one was always a dummy round. They had to have a dummy round to be able to operate the system. There's also a pair of triple torpedo tubes, one on each side for the Mark 46. And then they also had the Otto Malera 76 millimeter gun midships. For close-in weapons, they had the Phalanx Sea Whiz on the back, the 20 millimeter, and they carried either the two of the Lamps Sea Sprites or also the SH-60s. The long-hull versions could carry the SH-60 Seahawks. The short-hull versions could carry the Sea Sprites. There's two of those, the short and the long hull. They made about half and half. About half were long hull, half were short hull. Several were later upgraded to the long hull variety. The longer hull was 12 feet longer and could accommodate the larger Seahawk helicopter. Anyhow, they fought in combat. They were very, very robust vessels. They could handle a lot of punishment. The USS Stark took 2 Exocet missiles and survived. USS Samuel B. Roberts also took a mine, broke her keel, but she still survived. They both went back into service later on. USS Simpson, also in 1988, is partially responsible for sinking an Iranian gunboat with a SM-1 standard missile. Anyhow, that's the Oliver Hazard Perry frigate in as short a time as humanly possible. We'll try to go into more depth later.